Today, Precarious plays
Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Up, up. Up, up.
All right.
Now, just as long as these lasers turn off, okay. And then there's one more somewhere.
So this is basically you going through files, right?
Yeah, it's curious. This is sort of like,
I mean, it's gorgeous, and I never want to leave.
narratively, this is a bit like a really sophisticated, functionally tangible version of the hacking minigame.
Mm-hmm.
In universe, it's like that, but with higher production values.
Yeah, it's...
That's really cool. I love this.
Oh, I see it. It's the eye in the pyramid.
Oh.
What were you?
I just the shape. I just like the geometry of it.
Yeah, but it's definitely
cool.
like
And there's that triangle pattern again.
Symbol.
Think so?
Well,
Who could say?
who could say? Because
Conspiracies again.
yeah, if they're doing their job, it's
What
impossible to
fun.
tell, you know? It's like Ninja. If Ninja were so great, of course there's no evidence.
Yeah, that one does always kind of give me pause.
Yeah. But
Because,
if we found evidence, then they wouldn't be as great and efficient and terrifying. It's that uncanny villain that proving it disproves their power.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
It's kind of like how
It's the Illuminati!
it was quite luminous.
Yes.
So they are illuminating something in that scenario.
I'm sure somebody was like, ooh, I hope they stand here and look up because it totally looks like the eye on the pyramid on our currency.
Yeah. Now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is a video game. It is a wildly, just frustratingly popular video game. I'm nervous about talking about it. I know that it's not a popular show we do. We like making it, which is why we keep doing it. But I feel like anybody that would see this, statistically speaking, they probably
disagree.
they probably really like Three Houses. And that's extremely frustrating because I think that it is a weak game generally, and I think it is I would say that it is an inconsistent game generally and a weak Fire Emblem title specifically. I also think that there are the ingredients for an excellent Fire Emblem title buried under a bunch of unnecessary guff.
Yeah. Like,
it is frustrating how good I think this game could have been. Let me give you an example, right? So, at a fundamental level, Fire Emblem Three Houses tripped on one of the core pillars of its gameplay, which is the tactical battling.
mm-hmm.
Because they removed the weapon triangle.
Yeah, that bothers me.
Partially. Which is the problem.
Yeah, you've described, well, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to weigh in at this point. I just feel sad.
Well, what
about
were
it.
you gonna say?
Well, whenever you started explaining that to me is when I was like, will I even be able to enjoy these maps?
So here's the problem. I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna assume that there's gonna be another cutscene, and this is gonna turn into just a mess of words if I don't focus on it.
Yeah.
So let me pick a nice scenic spot right here, and then I'm gonna try to say most of what I have to say very concisely. I think that they didn't even fully commit to removing the weapon triangle. It's still in the game, but it has an opportunity cost, and you have to opt into it offensively. But you can't opt out of it defensively. To take advantage of it, you have to take up an ability slot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't stop enemies that just have the ability equipped, rare as they might be, at least in normal and hard mode.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop them from taking advantage of it. And it's a terrible idea, because what it means is that if you are not already familiar with the game, with the franchise, you might wonder, like, why are all of these weapons here other than class requirements? What's the difference between them functionally? Because they're not that terribly different statistically. So swords and lances and axes, they all just feel kind of similar. Why did they just do 3 of the same basic thing? I mean, other than just like style, just the looks of it? And then a franchise veteran would say, like, well, they used to have a relationship that was baked in to the core of the game where swords have an advantage over axes, axes beat lances, and lances beat swords. Now, that's restricted to just a set of abilities.
Mm-hmm.
You could play the entire game just, like, yeah, my swordsman can fight a cavalier. That's fine. But then someone could be caught off guard and wonder, like, why did I just get rocked? Like, why do I have a 50% hit rate against this lance wielder? And then they go into the menu, and then it's like, oh, there's an ability that just makes lances, they just kick the crap out of swords now. Because they get a huge buff to hit and a big buff to avoidance. Actually, I can't remember what side the buff is on. I'm not sure if it debuffs you or buffs. The point is, it makes it much more likely that you'll receive damage and that they won't if you're on the wrong side of one of these abilities.
Yeah.
And what that means is that you should still play the game the old way just to be sure. You should still go, like, that would be my first piece of advice to someone. They kind of removed the weapon triangle. Ignore that. It'll be better for you long term to just keep playing as if it was still there.
Because you never know who you're going to run into.
Yeah, because the alternative is tediously checking every damn enemy to see if they have one of the breaker abilities. It is mind-blowing that they only partially removed that system. That is a terrible idea. And the fact that to take advantage of it, you have to use 1 of 5 ability slots, that's bad. They could have at least had the decency to have, like, a specialization slot, like basically like a weapon mastery slot, where only those abilities were competing with one another. Mm-hmm. So it's like, whatever other abilities you have, and then basically what weapon do you want to be best at? And I feel like the reason why they removed the weapon triangle was to help prop up the class progression system, which is definitely putting Marlinus's cart before his horse, I guess. Got to do a Fire Emblem reference.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely focusing on the wrong thing. And that's just a big example. The game is full of elements like that, where they put something in, they complicated a system for the wrong reasons, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Sending your team to Dubai was my call, but now we need to go by the book. Focus on ARC.
You want me to pin all of this on them? The bombings in Prague, the break-in at VersaLife, Dubai?
Officially, all 5 attacks involved augmented terrorists. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. But send the reports if you want me to prove it. Because ARC doesn't operate in North America.
Place call Hong Kong Alpha 10 priority message. We've got a problem. Miller wants to see a report on the break-in.
What break-in?
The one your San Francisco research facility is supposed to have any day now.
What? What exactly did you tell him? Never mind. I'll take care of it. In fact, it may even help me clean up a related incident. What have you heard from our man inside ARC?
Not much. He has to be careful transmitting. Rucker may be onto him.
Then it's time for him to use the Orchid. Tell him.
Killing Rucker. Are you sure it's a good idea? I mean, it'll certainly make things easier during Phase 2, but...
Are you doubting me, Joseph?
I'm merely concerned that the rest of the council might not like your call. They seem less cohesive these days.
Rucker's death may upset some of them. But at this juncture, Brown is the only person we pay attention to. Once Rucker is dead, I'm positive he's going to make his move. Do it!
End call.
All right.
Alex, did you get all that?
Hell yeah. Don't tell me this isn't the proof we're looking for, Adam. This is big. Janus needs to hear it.
I want to talk to him this time. Set it up. Let me know where.
I'll see what I can do. Later, man.
Gotta get out of here quickly. Oh,
Adam, what are you doing in here?
not spy stuff. What are you doing in here?
Checking the software. The computers are in there.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
Suppose I could ask you the same thing, Delara.
I'm worried about Vince Black, the head of our organized crime division. I was leaving a message for Director Miller asking if he's heard from him.
Black's still deep undercover inside the Diwali organization, isn't he?
The kind of deep that can be hard to swim back from sometimes, yeah. He's supposed to meet with me once a week so I can bring him back into the shallows, only he never showed for our first meeting.
From what I know of the Diwali, their influence extends outside of the Czech Republic. Maybe he's out of town.
Maybe. Maybe you could find out?
Yes. Yeah. Let me solve one of your problems so that you forget why I was here.
Sure, I think I can do some digging around for you. When was the last time you heard from him?
First and last time was in his office a few days ago. He seemed antsy, kind of nervous that I was there, you know?
Well, then maybe I'll poke around his office a little while I'm here.
Why stop now, right? Well, listen, Adam, Lyon's waiting on my initial batch of reports, and I'm sure Director Miller wouldn't be too pleased to find us standing in his office, so... Unless there's something else, I think this is where I'll check out.
I don't know.
Is there anything in Black's psyche, Val, that leads you to believe he's capable of maybe undermining the task force? Is there a chance he's gone off reservation?
Human beings are predisposed to damaging everything they come into contact with. Of course he's capable. As am I. As are you.
So these evaluations you conduct with him, they're useless in determining a course of action he might take.
I don't have a crystal ball. And Black's last eval predates my arrival here. Nonetheless, it's still helping me understand what he's dealing with on a subconscious level. That he may be in trouble. I wish I had something more concrete for you to go on.
All right. Well, I'll let you know if I find out anything about Black.
Thanks.
Do you think she's also a double spy?
I think that she does not need to use his terminal to leave him a message.
I agree. But do you think she's also a double spy?
I
have seen the end of this game, and you know that she's also a double spy. Or white. Is she a triple spy? No, she's a quadruple spy.
I am not at liberty to discuss a train ticket.
Oh, I see you deflecting.
Prague, Berlin. So, I mean, that's just from Prague to Berlin.
What is on the floor in here?
Lots of stuff. Cigarettes.
Cigarettes. Oh, gross. Trying to
Poetry.
catch himself on fire? Is that what's happening here?
Murders on the wall. Parts in my pocket.
That's usual.
Is this another hack? Oh, it's only 2. I'll do it between episodes.